Cheez-Its! Hellos. Just sending out some quick messages. Marquez, let me know how the volume is. Okay, Donna, go off.
There will definitely be something that catches your eye. Speed of light. Yeah.
It's so
Don't blink.
16. That's a nice haul.
how does the game sound compared to, like, my volume when I'm talking? Okay. Oh, I spent 15 dollars. Big worth it.
Incoming.
Look how pretty she is. Look at it. It's so pretty.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Malquest, did you send a message into the server? Malquest, did you send a message in the server?
Speed of light. Hey.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. I have no idea how many people are actually here, but hello. Okay. I think we're gonna... We are going to go up there.
Incoming. Hey. Speed of light. Hey.
Hope everyone's having a good day, and it's my first stream of the new year, which is pretty exciting. That guy has a quick message, but in the meantime, so everyone here watched Encanto? Encanto is pretty great. Encanto. Look at this. It is LIYUE. It's cool how like the map is actually there. My VTuber is messing it up. But yeah. Touching. I also have D&D tomorrow. I was just messaging one of my D&D friends. But, also, update to whoever is in here. We are going to return to Minecraft, hopefully next week. So that'll be neat.
Don't blink.
Okay. We are heading up to... Ah! looks like we're not gonna do that. We are gonna switch over to my main team. Because we're gonna do hangouts, and that's gonna be fun. Okay, okay. We're going to start with Beto's hangouts. So if I just here. When the crux shines bright.
Well, would you look who's here? Looks like it's going to be a day to remember. Guys, look who the sea washed up.
Ahoy there, traveler! So Captain really did invite you to join the homecoming celebration.
Hey, I heard that you took care of another crisis while you were in Inazuma. Are the
We
rumors
did
true?
take care of another crisis
That's what
in
I heard
Inazuma.
too. Thanks to you, Inazuma's Vision Hunt decree was finally put to an end.
Well, we didn't find our
Well
sister.
done, traveler.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to Inazuma would stir up some waves. And sure enough.
It was a joint effort. I can't take all the credit.
Look at you, being so modest. We all know what you did to protect LIYUE Harbor.
I've heard that they tell stories about you in Mondstadt, too. The honorary knight. Pretty impressive.
Poor Noelle.
I'd say someone of your caliber would be right at home in the cracks. Right, sailors?
Are we getting recruited?
That's right. Wow, I'm getting excited just thinking of being
I
a
didn't
traveler's
take
crewmate.
Tomo's credit.
Hey, why do you say we arm wrestle?
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Allegra Clark.
Captain on deck!
Captain, we were just trying to talk the traveler into joining the crew.
Yeah, come on, Captain Beto. Surely you've got a way to get the traveler on board.
Oh, he's on board right now for the celebration, isn't he?
Yeah, but just one celebration together is not enough. You know what we mean, Captain.
All right, I get it now. There is something special about you, traveler. You earned everyone's respect.
You are an Outlander
myself
as
included.
well. That is something
So it
interesting
goes
about
without
us.
saying that the Crux would be honored to have a crew member such as yourself.
No doubt about that.
But then again, a hero like yourself doesn't just set off on a journey without some bigger purpose in mind.
We just want to find our
Doesn't a
sister.
hero really
That's
drop
it.
what they're doing just to spend day after day drifting at sea with us? Well, if that were the case, then the Crux, known for always moving forward to the next horizon, would instead be holding someone back.
Beto has got some
Right.
points.
I guess we didn't think that part through.
Remember, rather than seeking out strong members to join us, you should be focusing on making yourselves the strongest that you can be. If we are powerful, they will come to us. Isn't that why everyone here chose to come aboard in the first place?
Yes? A strong sailor is always looking for a sturdy ship.
I guess I almost forgot the first lesson you ever taught me. Thanks for the reminder, Captain.
Just be sure you all keep that in mind. Now, there's no more need to hound the Traveler, as you were. The Traveler and I have something to discuss. I'm glad you came. Welcome back aboard.
You run a tight ship, Captain.
Do I? Oh, to be honest, I don't care for that kind of reputation. I don't want people to see me like some big shot official from Yujing Terrace.
Makes sense.
But I'll take it as a compliment. I'm glad you see me as well respected. I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. That's certainly not how the Crux made it to where we are today. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course, no matter how turbulent the seas may become. But then again, the crew isn't usually this riled up. It's not that they're arrogant, they're just bubbling with ambition, that's all. Their excitement today comes from their great respect for you, both your strength and your character. So please, don't take it the wrong way.
Why would I? I should be thanking them for taking me to Inazuma.
All good then. Great. Actually, speaking of Inazuma, I think your good luck must have rubbed off on me on the way over. I made an interesting find on the beach shortly after we parted ways. Let's talk about it over there, where it's a little quieter.
Alrighty.
So after we dropped you
Hello,
off in Retail, we found
Kyo.
a shipwreck nearby.
How you doing?
Probably belonged to Inazuman pirates. We searched the wreckage and found a map. At first, I thought it was a nautical chart. I was thinking we might discover a new sailing route if we were lucky. But after a closer look, I realized it wasn't a map of the sea at all. It was a LIYUE treasure map, and no ordinary one at that.
Ooh, also, chat, if you didn't know that, even since I'm not affiliate yet, the one of the best things you can do besides watching my stream is also hosting my stream. I think you can open another tab and head to your stream manager and you can host from there. It's neat. And hosting would be greatly appreciated. Well, welcome in, Kia. I'm glad you're here. Is there a great demonic presence in the area?
Nothing like that. I just mean that the map was a mess. So it was the most I could do to figure out that the treasure was probably in LIYUE. As for its exact location, I have no idea. I'd say I've explored LIYUE pretty extensively, but still, this one managed to beat me. So, I thought of you. Nobody can beat you when it comes to treasure hunting on land, right?
I wouldn't say I'm the best treasure hunter of all time, only the best to date.
Is that right? Well then, it looks like I'm in good hands. Here's the map. See what you can make of it.
I can't make anything out of that.
Where do you think it is?
Let's do Gleely Plains.
Gleely Plains. Huh, I never would have gotten that. How can you tell?
Compared against the regular map, the topography of the area most closely resembles Gleely Plains.
Oh. Okay then. So you do live up to the hype. I
Do
can't
I?
believe you noticed that.
I'm just talking
You
out
sure
of.
have an
I'm
eye
just
for
talking.
detail. Let's head over there and take a look. I'll need you to help me zero in on the specific location once we're there.
Gimme. Apparently, Toma is power crept by C4 Yanfei, and that's pretty funny. Rawr.
It should be around here, right? Who are they? Oh, it's a bunch of treasure hoarders. I guess the treasure's for real then. There are quite a few of them. If things go south and fists start flying, stay behind me. I'm more than a match for these amateurs.
Keep digging, boys! Once we have our hands on the treasure, everyone gets a share!
Hello. Thank you for dropping in. I hope D&D goes well for you. And yeah, I hope it goes well. Have a good time with D&D. D&D is pretty fun.
You can all hold it right there.
Huh? Who's that barking orders?
It's Captain Beto of the Crux Fleet.
Do you know who you're up against here? Keep going if you got a death wish.
Why don't you look so confident in your death wish, though? He looks kind of like, ooh, death wish.
What the? It's...
In that moment, he knew. He effed up.
Captain Beto!
Rawr.
Run, boys! Run!
Run, Forrest, run!
Nobody move!
Captain Beto, Lord of the Ocean, this is all my fault. I didn't know who I was up against. I don't have a death wish. I swear.
Lamau. The way that this guy just changed his tune so fast.
I got a big mouth is all. It's always saying things it shouldn't. I swear I'll wash it out with soap the moment I get back. Please, have mercy. Will you spare us?
Are we like murking? Is this like a reputation that Beto has, just murking treasure hoarders?
Well, spare them, at least. These guys are just trying to put food in their mouths. They'd never hurt a soul.
Kind of admirable of a treasure hoarder.
If you need to take anyone, take me. Please, let them go. It was me that disrespected you. They never did and never would.
Is that right? Fine. Seems like you've got a heart in there somewhere, seeing how you treat your crew. I'll let you off the hook this time. Get out of here!
Thank you, Captain Beto. Thank you.
Strangely admirable.
Wait.
Yes? What else might the merciful and mighty Beto require?
This treasure's still up for grabs. The Crux fleet honors the rule of first come, first served. You found it first, so name your price. I can't have any rumors going around about Captain Beto stealing other people's treasure, can I?
Captain Beto, we wouldn't dare take more from you. Take the treasure as an apology for my foolish words.
Okay.
Please, take it. Please.
Oh? Well, if you insist.
It's like almost as if she expected this response to happen.
I accept your kind offer, and I'll make you one in return. You don't seem like terrible folks, so let me help you get onto the right track. If you want to mend your ways and put all this behind you, the Crux can probably arrange some odd jobs in the port for you. It'd be humble work, but at least it'd get you on your feet and making an honest living. A much better deal than what you've got going now, if you ask me.
Wow, thank you, Captain Beto. On behalf of me and all my boys.
Right. Let's see what we've got in here. This isn't what we're looking for. Let's look around. Maybe we'll find it.
We are looking.
Fourth, my blade. Check this out.
See? Yeah. Time to go.
From whence you came.
I don't know if this is part of the quest or if I'm just like, I missed this on the overworld.
Rain outlines your.
Fire it up. A touch of frost. Submit for judgment. Don't get too close. Finders keepers.
Did I just miss this then? I don't think that was part of the thing.
Those rocks look kind of weird. Let's see if there's anything there. Nothing. Let's keep looking.
Well, look at here. I had 100% everywhere already, so it's like there's some chests missing in places, but like 100% everywhere, you know? Even Dragon Spine, and Dragon Spine was annoying to get 100% in.
What are those hilly trolls digging for? Wait, actually, Actually, I've heard they sometimes dig for buried treasure. Let's go take a closer look.
Cross over!
Spirit Blade, attack!
Nope, not here either.
Or if he just casually was standing in fire.
Now that we've searched all the places of interest in this area and come up with nothing.
I
Any ideas?
finished that like a few months ago. Excuse me? I don't need to touch grass. Look, I'm touching grass right now in Genshin. See? You see my finger? It's touching the grass textures. See? See? Touching grass.
It's
Captain Beto! Captain Beto!
Huh? Hey, what brings you back here?
Captain Beto! Actually, we've just been wandering around nearby. We didn't go far. Because we were thinking about what you said and...
What is this grass? And how can I use it
well,
to get
me and
primo
the boys
gems?
decided we're ready to move away from all of this and get on the straight and narrow.
Oh? Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely sure.
Okay then. But I'll warn you right now, you won't have it easy. It might just be menial work in the port, but in the eyes of the general public, you'll be associates of the Crux. So there'll be a grueling test you have to go through before you can start.
I understand. Truth be told, Captain, it's only because it's you, the mighty and honorable Captain Beto. If it had been anyone else, I don't think I'd have listened.
Simp.
And since you made us this kind offer, I'd like to ask if I might be so
Oh wait,
bold.
I can't say that word.
Is there any hope at all
Crustacean.
for us to become full members of the Crux in the future? Even the tiniest shred of hope?
Well, there's no place in the Crux for delusions of grandeur, that's for sure. But then again, everybody has to start somewhere. So, it comes down to you. If you manage to impress me and earn the respect of my crew, then yeah, nothing's impossible.
Thank you, Captain Beto. Thank you 1,000 times over. I couldn't help but notice you were searching for something else. It still hasn't turned up?
Why? Do you have any clues?
We heard about 2 treasures, both in Guili Plains. We were still looking for the first one when you found us. So maybe the other one might be what you're looking for.
Where is it?
Not too far from here, but I'm just not sure of the exact location. All the info we got about this treasure came from the black market. The answer's hidden inside a poem which goes like this. Drunkenly I gazed at the ruins long forsaken, and lay beneath red leaves whose branches cast a crooked shade. The dusk sun shone upon the sea as I awakened, but Guyon stood twixt weary eyes and the sight of home they craved.
Twixt.
As for the ruins long forsaken part, I do know of some ruins near here. But beyond that line, I don't... I'm just not smart enough.
So a treasure clue hidden in a poem, huh? Don't worry, we got this.
Oh,
See my
well.
friend here? If they taught treasure hunting as an art form, you'd probably be calling him Grandmaster. This kind of thing's a piece of cake for him. Am I right?
I have no interest in being a grandmaster of anything.
Okay then. Let's start by heading to the site and surveying the scene. Maybe we'll find some other clues over there.
Beto's
Okay,
confidence
come on,
is
boys. You heard the
very
captain.
awesome.
Lead the way. These are the long forsaken ruins from the poem. Apparently they were once full of treasure. But judging by the state of them now, it's probably long gone.
I stole it.
It seems that we need to dig deeper into this poem. Drunkenly, I gazed at the ruins long forsaken, and lay beneath red leaves whose branches cast a crooked shade. The dusk sun shone upon the sea as I awakened, but Guyon stood twixt weary eyes and the sight of home they crave. Do you have any ideas?
Maybe they gazed at the ruins. Means the writer wasn't here, but
Somewhere you can see the ruins from. So somewhere not too far from here?
the second line means that there's probably a red-leaf tree around.
Yeah, and maybe the shadow cast by the tree is supposed to hint at something.
The third line, perhaps, the dusk sun has something to do with timing.
Oh, I got it! This guy fell asleep and woke up just before sunset.
Dusk and the shadow of a red-leaf tree. I think we can work with that. Let's take a look around. I think we're getting close.
Lizard. Red. Oop.
Found it! At long last, the treasure is finally in our hands. A check from the Northland Bank. You really came through. We found the spot in no time.
Oh wow.
Without your help, I don't think I ever would have gotten my hands on it. Not much, but enough for an average person to survive on for a while. But there's more to this particular check than that. When I found the treasure map, it was tightly sealed inside a small bottle along with a letter. I'll let you read it for yourself.
If you find this bottle, I may no longer be in this world. I originally thought that these
Finished?
pirates, having their ways and means, might be able to send me back to LIYUE, which is why I got on board their ship. I never expected that. Ugh, forget it. I suppose this is what they call destiny. Before I came to Inazuma, I worried that my old mother's place would be burgled as she was alone. So I have to check for all the Mora I've saved over the past few years buried in the location marked out on this map. Please help me retrieve the check and exchange it at the Northland Bank. The Mora will then be yours. Do as you please. Save a small portion that I would like to be used to pay my mother's living expenses. Her name is Minamoto Kotami, and she lives in Gwaili Plains. Please do this for me and thank you. I'm sorry, Mother, I found loads of those sakura blooms that'll be found all over your homeland, but it's a shame I cannot send them to your side. Aww. It's a dying wish of a man who fed a tragic tale.
Yeah, I can't fault him for what he did, but the way things turned out, all I can say is life is unpredictable. Well, let's fulfill his final wish by taking this check to where it belongs.
It's like not that far away from this wooden house.
Well, this is it. Oh boys, it's time for your first job. Give this check to the old lady who lives in that wooden hut. Tell her it's a welfare payment from the LIYUE Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, boss.
What's up? I see. But you only find sakura blooms in certain places, right? It must have been quite a bit of work collecting all these, surely.
Nah, not really.
Let's just pick one, huh? One's enough to show that you care. You've already helped me out so much today. Okay, off you go then. Take her the sakura bloom along with the check. And if she asks, tell her, your child in a faraway land sends his best wishes.
Oh my gosh, look at this! Beto. We stand Beto. Can I talk to the old lady? The old lady does not exist. Lamau. I am stealing her food. There is nothing in it. Is there anything in this house at all? Poor old lady. Okay, let's see. If we zoom out. Okay, if we go back here. I do know better. I'm such a bad influence on my family-friendly Twitch stream.
So after we dropped you off in Rito, we found a shipwreck nearby. We searched the wreck at first, I thought, but after a closer look, I realized it wasn't a map of the sea at all. Nothing like that. I just mean that the map was a mess. As for its, I'd say, so I thought of you. Nobody can beat you when it comes to treasure hunting on land, right? Is that right? Well then, it looks like I'm in good hands. Here's the map. See what you can make of it. So, where do you think it is?
I think it's Shinxa Village, just very badly drawn.
Shinxa Village? I don't see the resemblance at all. How'd you come to that conclusion?
Shinxa Village has a lot of terraced land, which seems to match the contour lines on this map.
Oh, okay then.
Totally. I am smart.
I'm definitely a rookie at this. But your word's good enough for me. Time for a trip to Shinxa.
Shinxa.
You're coming with me, of course. I'll need you to help me zero in on the specific location once we're there.
We're gonna do a funny. Instead of going to Shinxa, we're gonna go over here to this teleport point. And then at this teleport point, we are going to go. We're gonna run. We're gonna jump. We're gonna do a little swimming. We're gonna jump. We're gonna press E. We're gonna swing our claymore. We're gonna swing. We're gonna swim. We're going to run.
There is no purer form of water than rain. It can aid us greatly in the...
Bested from our homeland, or a fool who trespasses on the water of Shinxa. Coveting the shapes of the living, pure water can take many forms. In this way shall water deliver your punishment. Actually, we're just gonna leave. We're gonna go over here now. Bye!
These are the perfect
Water will
conditions to
deliver
train.
your punishment.
Come on, traveler. Train with me.
Ah, Pedro! Wow, and the traveler! My goodness, what's the occasion? Just here to visit us old folks once again?
Yeah, I thought it would be funny. I really just came over there and disturbed the Oceanid.
It hasn't been all that long since we last had a visit from the Crux. But I'm glad you picked today. You're just the people I need. These two young rascals, they've been arguing with each other non-stop about some petty nonsense or other. I'm too old to get through to them. They won't listen to me. Please, talk some sense into them.
Rest assured, Granny Zhuoshin, whatever the situation is, the Traveler and I will take care of it.
Oh, thank goodness. It's Captain Beto. You couldn't have come at a better time. You're the voice of reason I need in this situation.
Captain, please. Help me get justice.
Whoa, hey. What exactly is going on here? Spit it out. Tell me everything.
Yeah.
It makes me mad just talking about it. G here, I don't know if he's got a screw loose or what his problem is, But anyway, he took it upon himself to raise, well, practically a whole army of finches, okay? And now guess what? They fly onto my land and completely destroy at least half of my crops. I asked him to pay compensation, but he refused. Now, how is that fair?
Captain, I'm innocent. They're not even my finches.
Bird.
I just thought they looked kind of cute, you know, so I fed them a couple of times. They're wild birds, though.
A couple
TT.
times? Are you kidding me? That's rich. Really rich. There were 2 of them when you first started. 2 finches. Now you have a whole roof full of finch nests. I swear, every time I come by your place, I think I'm at a bird market. I'm telling you, you are not gonna get away with this anymore.
So, yeah, I mean, they laid a few eggs, made a few nests, but finches gotta finch, you know.
Finches
These
gotta
are wild
finch, you
birds.
know?
I mean, they'll do whatever they please.
So that's how it is. I think I got the picture. What's your take?
Finches gotta finch, you know? You know? I think G is responsible in this situation because he has been feeding them too much.
Yeah, you have a point. Gee, let's say I'm interested in buying these finches.
Buying the birds?
What would you say to that?
Are you serious, Captain? Oh, that would be great. Honestly, with all this trouble they've been causing me lately, they've become a bit of a burden. So if you're happy to take them off my hands, that would be perfect.
All right, deal. My only condition is you have to use some of the money to compensate Wenjing for her losses.
Oh, come on. But I never raised them, did I?
Well, you tell me. You took my deal, that means you admitted to being the owner, doesn't it? Otherwise, what gives you the right to sell them to me?
Captain Beto's right. If you didn't raise them, what makes you think you can go taking her money for them, huh?
Well...
Don't worry. My offer
SMH.
includes plenty left over for you after deducting the compensation. This way, you get something back for looking after them.
Okay, then. Okay. I'll pay the compensation.
I hope you 2 are very grateful indeed to Beidou. I dare say no one else will be quite so accommodating toward the people of our village.
Granny Zhuoshin, as you know, many of the boys from your fine village do sterling work for the Crux. The fleet wouldn't be what it is today without them, so please think nothing of it. Gee, Wenjing, I guess you're free to go.
Captain Beidou, you're here.
Pops Shing, it's been a long time. How've you been?
Don't get me started. I've been having some real trouble with that neighbor of mine, Jen. We keep having the same argument, and it just goes nowhere. I heard you were in the village, so I rushed over to seek your help.
What's the issue?
Oh, come with me. You'll see. Let's go find Jen and clear this whole thing up, face to face.
So is the R sound Zen? Chinese is not my area of expertise. I did start learning Spanish because of Encanto.
Captain Beidou, you're here.
I heard that you and Pops Shing had a little misunderstanding. So, what's up? Tell me about it.
Jen planted a tree on his property a few years back. I had no issue with it at the time. It's just a tree. But a few years on, it's grown taller than the roof of my house. Every morning when I get up and open the window, I just want to feel the sun on my face. But I'm greeted instead by the looming shadow of my neighbor's tree. It really affects my mood.
Boomer.
I asked Jen to cut it down so I could get some sunlight back on my property. But he said no. It's like he's done this on purpose just to drive me crazy.
Captain Beto, you gotta believe me. I didn't intend to block the sunlight, but there's nothing I can do about it now. It's not just any old tree.
Exactly.
That tree was planted there by my late father. Not long after he planted it, he passed away. And just before
Move
he
your
passed,
old bow.
he left me with some parting words. He said our family's fortune was inauspicious and we needed something to suppress the bad luck. That's what he planted the tree for. How can I just chop it down? I'll be honest, I spent a few years studying in LIYUE Harbor, so I don't actually share his superstitious beliefs. But still, that doesn't change the fact that this was my father's dying wish.
Okay, I think I'm all clear on the situation. What are you thinking?
I think Ren deserves leniency.
I was thinking along the same lines as you. Look, Pops, I'm not trying to make excuses for Zhen, but just try putting yourself in his shoes for a moment. Zhen's desire to protect his tree isn't for money or because he wants to hurt anyone, or for the sake of any superstition.
It is now raining.
He just wants to honor his father's dying wish. Pops, you have kids too, right?
Yeah. When you put it like that.
Boomer.
Pops, if you can agree to it, I'll have a word with Granny Zhuoshin and see about getting you some money from the relief fund as compensation for having your sunlight blocked. As for the tree...
That sounds good to me. Whatever you think, Captain Beto. The tree can stay. Some compensation would make me feel much better about the whole thing.
Thank you, Captain Beto. And thank you for understanding Pop's
The lightning.
sheen. I'll make sure to trim it back when I get home to let some more light through. It'll be such a relief not to have to worry about this anymore. On a separate note, I remember the Crux last visited the village not very long ago. Is there some special reason why you're back in person so soon?
Nothing all that special, just personal reasons. I'm looking for some treasure.
Huh? Treasure? Wait a second.
That's really how he was about
that
it.
reminds me. I saw Chongping and Defu arguing in the fields earlier. It sounded like they were both trying to lay claim to some treasure. I don't know if it's related to the one you're looking for, but anyway, they're probably still there now.
Really? Okay, well, you and Pops Shin can go about your business now. I'll go see what the situation is.
Look for Chongping and Defu. Dong dong. Boomer!
Huh? Beto, you're just in time. Defu is being completely unreasonable.
What happened?
I'm not being unreasonable, Captain. I got Chongping to help me plow my land because it's the busy season. And then, what do you know? He plows up a treasure chest. Way I see it, it's my land. So the treasure belongs to me, right? I think it's a pretty clear-cut case.
You say that, Defu, but what you're forgetting is that I came to help you plow your fields out of the goodness of my heart, and you haven't paid me a single mora. It was also my plowing that turned up this chest. However you cut it, surely I'm entitled to at least some of the treasure.
I feel like they should share. Dong dong, no. Oop.
The domestic drama just keeps coming today. What are your thoughts?
I know a legal expert. I think she's better suited at handling this kind of stuff. Should we bring out Yanfei?
Okay, I think I'm up to speed here. If you two really want to take this further, I can get a legal expert from LIYUE Harbor to adjudicate.
Adjudicate.
As for the costs, I'll cover them. What do you think?
They don't like Yanfei. This is kind of Yanfei-phobic.
Neither of you seems thrilled about this course of action. Okay, so plan B. I'll be straight with you. The reason I came here today was to look for some treasure. Chances are it's hiding right there in the chest you're both fighting over. So, how about you two stop fighting over it and do me a favor by handing it to me?
Oh my god, it's like, how about you stop fighting and just give the treasure to me instead? Because I asked. Go for it, Beto.
Of course, I'll be indebted to both of you. If either of you ever needs anything in the future, the Crux will not hesitate to lend you our support.
Imagine if Yanfei was just brought in here. That would have been great. Yanfei has only been like an accessory to a few quests. She needs her own quest.
Captain, you're far too kind, really. Indebted? That won't be necessary. If you want this chest, you go ahead and take it.
Yep, totally agree. If only I'd known you were looking for this chest. You should have said something. I would have delivered it to you personally to save you the trip.
It seems like it's been quite a busy day for you, helping us settle all our little quarrels. Come on, let's go to the village. I'll rally the masses. We'll get some good food and good drink and have a good old get-together.
Don't worry about the chest. I'll carry it over.
And then it starts raining. An interesting thing about Chinksa Village is that you can find glazed lilies. Also, it's pretty interesting that I do happen to have enough Chinksins for Zhao already. Hopefully. We're gonna bring out Yanfei because I'm upset.
Ready for trial.
It's me, Yanfei. I'm here.
What a fine day today has been. Beto has solved an awful lot of problems in our village.
She sure has. Without Captain Beto, that compensation payment would have bankrupted me. Yeah, and if it weren't for Captain Beto, I'd still be arguing with Pops Xing.
Here, here. We have plenty to thank Captain Beto for, I'm sure. I propose a toast in her honor.
To Captain Beto. Cheers!
I couldn't ask for more than the chance to get everyone together and drink to our heart's content. Cheers!
Yay! Cheers! Everyone now must hydrate.
That
You must
really
hydrate.
hit the spot.
Kyo, you must
Wanna get some
hydrate.
air? The view in this place is pretty good. We can take a look through the contents of that chest while we're at it. Chongping placed it by the water wheel. Are you kidding? Beto can handle her liquor. Come on, let's go.
She's a bit excitable now.
So, I've been thinking. Everyone seems to trust me enough to let me have the final word on their disputes. But don't you think some of my solutions can be a little stupid? You can laugh, I don't mind. Take Chongping and Dufu's wrangling over that chest, for instance. I had no clue who it should belong to, so I just came up with this stupid idea of taking it for myself. At least that way, neither of them would feel like it was unfair.
Oh my
But,
gosh.
I mean, I'm no Ningguang. I can't make a perfect deal
Fake it
every
till you
time.
make it.
And I'm no Yanfei either. Not all my judgment calls are going to be 100% fair and square. I am Beidou, and my strength is in trading favors.
So the captain of the Crux just hands out favors to everyone all the time?
You think I should be more selective? Some people think their favors are so valuable that they need to plan out how and when to use them to maximize the return on their investment. They view the favor as a bargaining chip.
Beidou.
Others see doing favors as a burden, not worth anything in monetary terms and prone to getting you locked in a cycle of constantly returning the favor back and forth. But the way I see it, favors are what keep people connected to one another. Over thousands of years, the people of LIYUE have created bonds between each other by doing someone a favor here and asking for a favor there. This means that no individual is truly on their own out there. When someone falls down, there's an invisible net made of human connections, waiting to catch them and get them back on their feet. Over the years, I've come to owe favors to a great many people, and many other people have come to owe me one. These are the countless bonds between us, like so many fish in the sea. And they're the reason that the Crux and I have survived the countless hardships we faced. I believe that if there ever comes a day when the world is overrun by monsters, LIYUE's legal system collapses and the land is thrust back into an age of war, it's these bonds that will see us all through the dark days ahead, until we come out on the other side.
Oh, like, that was really, that's actually a really good, like, mindset, you know? Like, these favors not being as a burden, not being as a bargaining chip, but being something that connects people together. It's a really interesting thing that I didn't really think about until Beto just laid it out here. Because, like, favors, like, the social contracts, favors are social contracts, and that's what LIYUE is, the nation of contracts. And it's a very interesting relationship because contracts are things that two parties agree on, and they keep, and looking at like that, all social interaction is a form of a contract. So it's pretty interesting as a concept, you know? So the reason you asked for my help with finding treasure today was so you can owe me a favor?
I'm not saying that. But either way, we have a pretty firm bond between us already, don't you think? Was this wind brewed in a winery? It's making me lightheaded. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Something we were literally just talking about.
You did mention that treasure chest.
Oh, yeah, the chest! Oh, I got so immersed in our conversation that I forgot all about the main event. Come on, let's open it up and see what's inside.
Overwhelmed by the putrid smell of years-old rotten cabbages.
Oh, that's it? A whole lot of nothing? It's not exactly what I was looking for, but you know what? I don't care. The fun part was going on a treasure hunt with you. Come on, let's get back to the party. Tonight, we go big before we go home.
Whoa! Between us, community and cheer are the web that connects human hearts. that was great. That was a great route. By now I am Yanfei, and I am here to sue everyone. Woo ha 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 ha! You're getting sued. You're getting sued. You're getting sued. No one is safe from Yanfei, pro legal expert of LIYUE Harbor. Ha ha ha!
Boom boom!
Get subsidies. I'll definitely have to clip that later. Okay, quests. You're getting sued, and you're getting sued.
Well, would you look who's here? Looks like it's going to be a day to remember.
Ahoy there, traveler. Hey, that's what I heard.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to Inazuma would stir up some waves. And sure enough.
All I wanted was to have a chat with the Electro Archon.
Look at you, being so modest. We all know what you did to protect LIYUE Harbor.
I've heard that they tell stories about you in Mondstadt, too. The honorary knight. Pretty impressive.
I'd say someone of your caliber would be right at home in the cracks. Right, sailors?
That's right. Wow, I'm getting excited just thinking of being the Traveler's crewmate. Hey, what do you say we arm wrestle?
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Oh, Captain on deck!
Captain, we were just trying to talk the Traveler into joining the crew.
Yeah, come on, Captain Beto. Surely you've
Sus?
got a way to get the
Among
Traveler
Us?
on board.
Oh, he's on board right now for the celebration, isn't he?
Yeah, but just one celebration together is not enough. You know what we mean, Captain.
All right, I get it now. There is, so it goes.
No doubt about that.
But then again, so should a hero, oh, if that were,
Right.
remember, isn't that why everyone here?
Yes?
I guess I almost forgot the.
Just be sure you. I'm glad you came. Welcome back aboard.
The crew seemed excited to see me. Thanks for helping me out back there.
Hey, don't mention it. As a host, it would be pretty embarrassing to continue letting my guests be put on the spot like that.
Because we already listened to it.
I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. That's certainly not how the Crux made it to where we are today. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course, no matter how turbulent the seas may become. But then again, the crew isn't usually this riled up. It's not that
It's
they're
running.
arrogant, they're just bubbling with ambition, that's all. Their excitement today comes from their great respect for you, both your strength and your character. So please, don't take it the wrong way.
Why would I? I'm actually quite interested in the life of a sailor.
Oh, is that so? Well, it just so happens that we're doing some recruitment and training for new crew members while we're back. It'll be a first-rate chance to learn the life of a sailor. Since you're interested, why don't you come along and experience a sailor's life firsthand? I'm curious to see if you'll take the sea by storm in the same way you have on land.
Alright, Captain, show me the ropes.
Good. Come with me. I've got something interesting for you to see.
A ballista? Okay. I'm just gonna continue because yeah. Actually, we're just gonna spend a moment, just like.
The waves are as calm as always.
Look at this home. We need a new foundation. It may seem hopeless, but we'll get by just fine. Look at this family. It's a glowing constellations. So full of stars and everybody wants to shine. But the stars don't shine, they burn. The constellations shift. Think it's time you learn. You're more than just your gift. I'm sorry I held on too tight. Just so afraid I'd lose you too. The miracle is not some magic that you've got. The miracle is you, not some gift, just you. The miracle is you, all of you, all of you. Okay, so we gonna talk about Bruno. That's Bruno. Yeah, there's a lot to say about Bruno. Oh, sorry. Okay, Peppa, I'm sorry about your wedding. Didn't mean to be
I'll
upset.
remind you again.
It wasn't a prophecy. I
The
could just
law
see
can
you
be
just
both
wedding.
a help and a hindrance.
I wanted you to know that your bro loves you so they didn't let it out. The rain let it snow, let it go. That's what I'm always saying, bro. Got all apologies I got to say. Hey, what just happened? That you're here, okay? Well, coming to the light, the trip, it's all night. No matter what happens, we're gonna find our way. Yo, I knew he never. That's I heard him every day. What's that sound? Oh, I think it's everyone in town. Hey, lay down your load,
The
lay
case
down
before
your
us
load.
is a strange and unprecedented one indeed.
Down the road, we have no gifts, but we are many and we'll do anything for you. It's a dream when we work as a team. You're so strong, yeah, but sometimes I cry. So do I. I may not be as strong, but I'm getting wiser. Yeah, I need sunlight and fertilizer. Come on, let's plant something new. And watch it fly straight up to the sky. Let's go. Stars don't shine, they burn. Constellations go. The seasons change and turn. When you watch a little girl go, she takes after you.
Incinerate!
She takes after you. Incinerate. Hey Mariano, why so blue? I just have so much love inside. You know I got this cousin too. Have you met Dolores? Can't get here. Goodbye. You talk so loud. You take care of your mother and you make her proud. You write your own poetry every night when you go to sleep. I'm seizing the moment, so when you wake up and notice me, Dolores,
I'll remind you again.
I see you.
The law can be both a help
And
and a
I
hindrance.
hear you. Yes, all of you. Let's get married. Slow down. All of you. Home sweet home. I like the new foundation. It isn't perfect. Neither are we. That's true. Just one more thing for the celebration. What? We need a doorknob. Made this one for you. We see how
Chief
bright.
Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you the tedium of that.
We see how bright you burn. We see how brave you've been. Now see yourself in turn. You're the real gift, kid. Let us in. Open your eyes. Abre los ojos. What do you see? I see me. All of me. And then the magic house came back. Oh, whoa.
After this, the new crew members will be arranged into 2 teams for more specialized training, according to their own aptitudes and the needs of the fleet. One team will learn comprehensive survival skills, including maritime emergency rescue, marine meteorology, psychological counseling, and so on. They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Shield of the Crux. That's right. You catch on
we
quick.
did it.
As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux, because they'll be learning about naval warfare. They'll make up the armed portion of our crew. Also, they're responsible for handling the fleet's cargo deals. So, what do you think? Which team is for you?
Let's do the shield first.
As I expected, you have a will to protect others. There are 2 main subjects that the Shield of the Crux focuses on: survival knowledge and entertainment. As I was saying earlier, survival knowledge includes prevention of injuries and diseases at sea, navigation and cartography, basic meteorology, etc. You can go learn about these skills from Genshin, Huixing, and LIYUE. They're all seasoned hands in their respective fields.
Interesting.
Each sailor has their own strengths and weaknesses. I'm no rookie, of course, but you shouldn't underestimate the knowledge of the crew. If there's anything I'm most proud of in the fleet, it's my people. Go and get to work. I'll have some questions to test you later. I look forward to seeing how you do.
calm as always.
Hello, traveler. I'm Yinxing, the Crux's surgeon at sea.
Surgeon.
Whenever a sailor has a health problem, they come to me. I deal with it all, from seasickness and common colds to amputations and everything in between. Oh, I presume the captain arranged this, correct? All right then, let's begin. First of all, let me ask you this. What do you think is the biggest danger that all new crew members face? That can certainly be a problem at sea, but it's not the biggest danger. The most dangerous thing for a newcomer is to underestimate the dangers of life at sea.
I didn't get the option.
Oh, I have seen many new crew members who see themselves as young and fighting fit and have no regard for safety. They think that since they are tough enough to look after themselves on land, they'll be fine at sea as well. Those are the ones that always end up in the sick bay. Everyone should know that being a sailor, especially on a long voyage, is a brutal job in an unforgiving environment. We have to face malnutrition when we're short on supplies, all kinds of injuries and diseases that the harsh ocean weather can bring, and even the psychological problems that can arise due to isolation and the lack of entertainment. To make things worse, the lack of medication and treatment options at sea can result in even minor health problems becoming serious, or even fatal. Oh, you probably thought I was joking, right? Well, that's not surprising. Most newcomers think the same way. But hopefully you now realize that with a little extra precaution, a lot of these things can be avoided. Well, I think that's enough for you to think over for now. Is there anything else you would like to know?
What happens to the crew members who had limbs amputated?
Are you concerned about them? No wonder Captain Beto thinks you're different. There must be more to you than just your strength. If you can convince Mora Grubber to show you the books, you'll see there is a regular fixed cost titled Convalescence Payments and Incapacity Support for Injured Crew Members. Regardless of the fleet's income, those who have fought alongside us will certainly receive their compensation every year. Some of those that have returned to land have started small businesses, while others have chosen to go out traveling the world. The money is intended to allow them to live their lives as freely as possible. I'm sure being based on land helps a lot with that too. Still, we can't pretend like it solves everything. They call them life-changing injuries for a reason, you know. But if nothing else, it's good to know that while Captain Beto is in charge of the Crux, no one will get forgotten.
That's really nice.
Is there anything else you would like to know? Captain Beto? Well, out of everyone I've met, she probably values people's lives and safety the most. Although I'm just a doctor, Beto has given me the full authority to send any newcomers who I don't see as fit for service off the ship until they are ready to come back with the right attitude. Every time we're stocking up before a voyage, medicine takes top priority. I'm even allowed to choose the suppliers, regardless of the price. We have adequate budget for medical expenses. Do you know what Mora Grubber, our bookkeeper, calls this? A significant financial risk. But Beto knows the importance of having a healthy crew. That's why she has authorized me regardless. She places her full trust in me and believes that I can solve these problems. Of course, I have proven her right. So, to answer your question, that's how she thinks.
That's always a good mentality to have.
Is there anything else you would like to know?
Thanks, I've learned a lot.
Wow, my pleasure. Okay, let's leave it there then. Be sure to take good care of your health.
about earlier, Traveler. We were so caught up on getting you to join the fleet that we didn't notice we were going a little overboard. Good thing the captain stepped in.
It's okay. I was hoping to learn a little more about cartography.
Oh! Well, in that case, you have come to the right person. I'm not just blowing smoke. You're looking at the most talented navigator in LIYUE Harbor. I'll start by introducing some chart reading essentials for new sailors. Feel free to interrupt if you have any questions. Let's start with what to look for when you get a set of complicated charts. First, you should always look at any indicated shorelines, islands or reefs, water depths, hydrological conditions, and other hazards. With these features in mind, you can answer the basic question of, can I chart a safe course through this area? Visually, nautical charts are a little unique. Unlike land maps, most charts do not have a fixed scale, which means that it can be hard to precisely determine the exact distance between 2 points. The most advanced nautical charts come with a supplementary chart, which has different colored lines marked on it to indicate distances. It's worth mentioning that under my direction, the crux is using these advanced kinds of charts. Some cartographers mark out other points of interest on their charts, usually with their own special symbols. If they don't leave any accompanying notes, they can be very difficult to interpret.
For example, charts inherited from the previous navigator?
Not only those, we have tattered and torn charts that we've picked up from all over the place. To be honest, it can be quite a challenge, even for me. Some of these charts are really old and have symbols that I've never seen before. But if we don't decipher them, we will certainly miss many secrets of the sea. Fortunately, we have the captain with us. She managed to find some ancient books on semiotics that I can use to study the charts further. I don't think anyone other than our captain could manage to get these kinds of resources. Old charts and ancient books on semiotics are not the kinds of things that are sold in your average marketplace. Oops, I've gotten off topic. Well, that just about covers the basics of chart reading. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler?
Do you have experience drafting nautical charts?
Drafting charts? That's certainly a more advanced topic. To be honest, I've only attained a smattering of knowledge in that area. The charts we are using now are just revised versions of the ones left by the previous navigator. So my mapping experiences have been primarily limited to updating our charts to reflect changes in the sea. I think you can ask Captain Beto more about cartography. One time, the fleet sailed into an uncharted area by mistake. It wasn't long before we turned the fleet around and returned the way we came out for fear of potential hazards. But Captain Beto still managed to draft a simple chart of the area we sailed through for if and when we explore the area again. Incredible, isn't it? I was amazed to see that the captain could even do cartography.
This seems a little odd of a question.
Because I have the talent, and she doesn't want to let it go to waste. She treats the whole crew that way. I initially had the same question myself. After all, in many fleets, the captain also works as a navigator. I couldn't understand her reasoning at the time, so I asked her. She just laughed and told me to wise up, saying that even Rex Lapis never fights alone. She wants everyone on board to master their role, so that the crux is not floating on her alone. That way, if the day ever comes when she's no longer with the fleet, we will still be able to sail onward without her. Captain Beto may seem aloof and even act careless sometimes, but the truth is that she's very considerate of everyone on board. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler?
Nothing else, thank
My
you.
My pleasure. A friend of Captain Beto is a friend of mine.
I can't wait to see how you perform.
I wonder what's going on up there.
Higher?
Ahoy there, mateys! Time to set sail!
The waves are as calm as always.
You're up there? Maybe. My name is Yanfei, and I am on the sail. Ingat! Shimmy, 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 shimmy. We are legal expert on the waves. Legal expert on the waves. We are shimmy, shimmying up the mast. Okay, so we just gotta. We need more energy. Energy. Ah. We are very high up.
Hello, traveler. Are you here to learn about marine meteorology?
Wait, how did you know?
In my line of work, I've got to have a pair of sharp eyes. I saw the captain showing you around the training grounds, and then you went to see Yingxing and Huixing. So I figured that she probably wants you to get to know the life of a crew member.
You have a real knack for your work.
Okay, let's get started. First, I'll introduce you to the basics of meteorology. Marine meteorology basically means keeping tabs on the weather as well as other ocean phenomena, so things like sea fog, storm surges, waterspouts, and so on. These are all potential threats to safe navigation. Luckily, whatever weather might be coming up, there's always some kind of sign that gives it away in advance. Take waterspouts, for example. They're caused by high-speed rotating winds on the surface of the ocean. They can engulf large ships and do immense damage. But if you know that waterspouts can only form in an environment with high temperature, high humidity, and large clouds, then you can be well prepared. You will be even more alert if you also know that the presence of winds blowing in opposite directions, with a significant difference in speed, is a direct precursor to the formation of waterspouts. And most importantly, if you spot a small white vortex emerging from the clouds, you should immediately notify the crew to steer clear of what's ahead. So there you go. Those are the warning signs of waterspouts. I am proud to say that over the years, I haven't let a single one sneak up on my watch.
You must have sharp eyesight.
Well, I'm good at reading the sea, but I'm not as good as the captain when it comes to reading people. Do you know the small fishing village next to Wangshuin? I heard that when Captain was a kid, she worked there fishing with the adults. Later, she made her way to the harbor where she struggled to make a living. Managing to survive in an environment like that as a kid is solid proof of the captain's capabilities. If it wasn't for her, I never would have dreamed of taking this job. She gave me confidence and told me I could do it. You may not have heard, but I'm best known outside the Crux fleet for a slightly infamous story involving me, third-round knockout, and a few too many. Who would ever have thought that the rookie sailor who fell drunk into the sea and became a laughingstock among their now former crewmates would then go on to become a lookout for the Crux? But it's the unbelievable truth. It proves that having skills alone is not enough. You need someone like the captain who is a good judge of character.
Thank you for your time. I think I learned all I need for now.
Find me anytime if you want to know more.
Cannonball!
So you've already finished talking to the crew, huh? I thought it would take you a while longer. So, what did you think?
A little hard, but I think I can handle it.
Now you know that the Shield of the Crux is not such an easy job. Let's get started. First of all, life on the sea isn't always plain sailing. Injuries and illnesses happen all the time. But what is the single biggest danger facing crew members?
Welcome back. Underestimating danger. I eat
Is that
danger
your final
for
answer?
breakfast.
All right, on to the second question. As you've just learned, the fleet plots its route using nautical charts. The charts used by the Crux have additional charts attached. The supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors for added reference. What is the purpose of these lines?
What is this answer? To add color and depth to the chart in a way that expresses the draughtsman's aesthetic preferences and fosters a greater appreciation of art among the crew? What is this answer? It's like, what is it? Why? To mark distances.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Now, on longer voyages, we have to be especially careful to avoid certain weather hazards that pose a threat to the integrity of the ship and the lives of the crew. For example, waterspouts. So, my question is, how can we reliably predict waterspouts so we can avoid them?
I feel like this is a trick question. I think it's this one.
Okay, those are all my questions. Do you want to know how you did? I gotta say, each time I think I've wrapped my head around how great you are, you surprise me with something new. You got them all correct. They weren't the most difficult questions, but they weren't ones you could bluff your way through either. You've clearly been paying attention to my crew.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting.
Okay then. Now it's time to apply that endless talent of yours to learning some new recreational activities.
To be clear, wrestling sea monsters barehanded is not my idea of recreation.
Don't worry. All our recreational activities are respectable and, above board. You need to realize that being out at sea might be fun for the first few days while everything's new, but before too long...
Let's wrestle Osile again.
Looking at the same old sea every day and being so isolated from everything can really cause people to struggle mentally.
That's why I play video
regular
games.
recreational activities are an absolute necessity.
Yeah.
We offer a lot of fun courses for our newcomer training, including fishing, photography, chess. Oh, and thanks to Kazuha, these days we also offer poetry and music appreciation,
Kazuha!
as well as communal wind listening. Each newcomer has to participate in at least
Are we gonna
one,
get to see
so that they've
Kazuha?
got some way of keeping themselves occupied at sea further down the line. Of course, if you'd prefer wrestling sea monsters with your bare hands, that can be arranged.
I was just kidding.
Well, for today, at least, let's stick to the training schedule drawn up by Juza. If I remember correctly, it should be photography today. Come on, I'll show you.
I wonder what's going on up there.
Listen up, everyone can go back and call it a day. The photography session has been postponed.
What's going on here, Juza?
Oh, Captain, there you are. Well, Captain, the photography teacher just sent word saying that she's fallen ill and doesn't want to risk coming in case she keels over in class.
I see. That's quite unfortunate.
Captain, if I may, I know a little bit about photography.
Oh? Quite the multi-talented one, aren't you?
We are very multi-talented. We have our normal attack, our elemental skill, our elemental burst, 3 other talents. It's wild. We have a lot of talents. Plus, we get different talents per element we gain. So it's like, oh well, many talents.
In that case, why don't you help us out and lead the class today?
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, the original teacher canceled at short notice, so there's no time to schedule anything else instead. It would be great if the Traveler could step in as the teacher for the day.
Now we're like Toma.
It's up to you, Traveler.
Let me just mess with my PNG tuber for a second. Did you know that cheese is made of cheese? I think we're good now. I think we're good now. Cheese is made of cheese, and cheese is made of cheese. Cheese, cheese, cheese? Cheese. Cheese, cheese, cheese. Okay. I think we're good. It'd be my pleasure.
Great, it's settled then. Juza, let's muster everyone over here to meet the new teacher.
Whoa!
Yes, Captain.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, that should be everyone. Take it away, Traveler.
Before I begin, I do have one condition.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Since this is a photography course, there has to be a subject. We will need a model.
Fair enough. It seems like you already have someone in mind. So, who will it be?
I think the most suitable model is Chief Mate Juza! Rose, let's run away together. Pearl, I'd like to thank you for fixing my van! This is what this answer reminds me of. I think the most suitable model is Captain Beto.
Me? well, we could do that. Or, Guyunstone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity to not capture the scenery for posterity. So how about we snap Guyunstone Forest for today's class? Then there'd be no need for a model.
The way she's so nervous right now.
Come on, Captain. We talked about this. The photography class is supposed to be portrait photography. Have you forgotten? Scenery looks nice at first, but it gets boring after a while. I bet it'd keep the crew more entertained if we got them learning portrait photography so they could record moments in each other's daily lives. Those were your exact words, Captain.
Well, now. Your words being used against you, Beto.
Where are they now? Strange. I don't seem to remember anything about that. Well, then in that case, how about Huixing? I bet she's perfect for the camera. Or Fuzhong. Or Mora Grubber. Even little Yue.
Seriously, Captain? Little Yue? You're just trying to wriggle your way out of this. This isn't like you.
Your reputation is on the line, Beto.
You are the captain, after all. Of all of us, you're the best suited to being a model.
I agree. You were the one who invited the Traveler to be the teacher, so you should cooperate, Captain. Besides, Captain, you've never had your photo taken. It's high time you got one. You know, a heroic and striking kind of picture. We can even use it to promote the fleet during recruitment.
Real funny, guys.
She's so nervous, it's hilarious. Nervous Beto. What is with the sensitivity of my PNG tuber? It's not catching my voice correctly. Maybe I should just like talk in this. Maybe I'm just talking too softly. Maybe that's it. Because when I project my voice, I guess it works better. Trust me, Captain. You're the best candidate.
Well, if you say so. I'm not one to spoil the fun. So, what do I do now, Traveler?
You can strike an epic pose.
Like this?
You look a little nervous.
You're kidding, right? I've never had my photo taken before, but something this simple shouldn't be a challenge for me. It must be the lighting or something. You've got it wrong.
Perhaps you feel uncomfortable with so many people around?
I never said that.
We can go somewhere with a better view.
You mean Go somewhere else, then bring the final photo back as teaching material?
Sounds good to me. That's a good idea, isn't it, guys?
The lighting may still be a problem, but I'm open to persuasion. If you have a suitable place in mind, I can consider it. Just to be clear, I won't necessarily agree. It depends on the place you have in mind.
Wow. I heard there's a fishing village near Wangshu Inn.
The fishing village near Wangshu Inn? That place is deserted now, isn't it? How do you even know that place anyway? It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen it on a single map. I'm surprised that you'd remember such a trivial detail.
Yeah. That's me. Remembers trivial details.
He's right, though. I did live there for a while. And now that you've mentioned it, it's given me the urge to go back and take a look around. Well then, let's go. We can take this opportunity to pay my old home a visit.
Kinda sad that it's deserted now. Switch back to hotel.
Oh, is it time for me to join you?
It's certainly seen better days. It was never that impressive, but at least back in the day, it was a lively village and home to several families.
Interesting.
I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing.
So what exactly happened here?
Nothing as dramatic as you might think. A few small incidents occurred, and then people began to leave. Come on, let's take a walk around. People used to call this place Downriver because the villagers apparently moved here from a place called Upriver.
Oh my gosh.
With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now Upriver is long gone, and Downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called. Tu Zhong. Zhong. I barely remember this name.
Probably because you were little at the time.
You're right. I was only about 5 or 6 years old when I first arrived here. I was homeless and had to wander around the streets. I remember finally managing to find half a rice bun, but then a stray dog jumped out and snatched it away from me.
That's sad.
Half a rice bun was not something I was willing to give up so easily at the time, so I chased it all the way to this neighborhood. Then a few fishermen saw us running and stopped me. They were kind enough to give me some food. Seeing me stop, the dog also stopped running, but straight away it keeled over and never got up again. Maybe it was too tired, or maybe it had starved to death. I went over and saw that the dog still had the half rice bun in its mouth. It didn't let go even at the very end. Poor thing. Had I known the dog was so weak, I would have let it take that half rice bun.
Oh my gosh. That's so sad.
I could tell they were wary of me at first. I was the dirty little kid who had just chased a dog to death over some scraps of food. But I got lucky. The village chief took pity on me and brought me to their home. That's how I ended up staying here.
What made you leave later?
Do you know what the name Beidou means?
I do not know what it means.
Come on, I'll explain along the way. About a year or two after I arrived, the village chief fell ill during the winter and passed away.
Oh, that's
During
sad.
that same period, the harvest was getting worse, and the fishermen's catch was getting smaller day by day. Without the village chief to handle the situation, people began blaming each other. There were even rumors that some families had been overfishing and leaving nothing for the rest of the village to catch. But in the end, they all turned on me, saying that they shouldn't have ever taken me in. They said I was bad luck. They pointed to how that dog died on the first day I arrived. Next thing you know, the village chief dies, and then all the fish die out. They said I was a living curse, and the downfall of the village was all my fault. I told them that I didn't understand. I'm not a curse, I'm just Beto. Then some of the villagers started shouting, and drove me out of the village. They shouted, "Nando controls life. Beto controls death. Beto controls death." Before then, all I knew about my name was that it had something to do with the stars. It wasn't until then that I realized that Beto was a constellation. And the Alcor, one of its stars, was an omen of death.
Who Tal be like?
Here we are. This is the old house of the village chief. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would grow up to be seen as a curse that brought about the village's total destruction.
If you're cursed, then I think I am too.
What do you mean?
The Animal's Archon's Gnosis was taken after I arrived in Mondstadt.
Is that all?
The Geo Archon's Gnosis was also taken after I arrived in LIYUE.
And let me guess. You got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's Gnosis was taken as well?
Yep.
Well, you seem to wreak havoc on a grander scale than I ever could.
Does that make you feel better now?
Oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed. I appreciate it, and I'll take it.
Those are rude villagers.
Let's not forget that the people whose names stick around are the ones who emerge from the stormy seas unscathed. And the ones who get swept away in the wind are the fledgling birds who couldn't hack it. I, for one, have never encountered a storm I couldn't weather. But your journey's far from over, isn't it? Just remember, there's no telling what else you might encounter in this vast world. So if you ever find some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, tell them Captain Beto demands to have the honor along with you.
In before Fontaine be like?
Remember, you'll always have the captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go.
I suppose we're just two scapegoats looking out for each other.
Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher?
You finally remembered what we're here for.
Come on, let's not waste any time. Get it done while you can before I change my mind. So, do I need to strike a pose?
However you prefer.
All right. How about this?
Selfie time with Hu Tao. Oh, that didn't actually work. What do you think of my camera? Do I have to? Oh.
So, is it done yet? Please don't tell me that it looks weird.
Not at all. It looks perfect.
Show me.
Only if you promise to give it back.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Now give it here. Yes. I see. All right. On behalf of the Crux, thank you very much for your photography class today. You've been an excellent teacher, and I couldn't be more satisfied. Now, as captain of the Crux, I am exercising my official right to requisition this photograph for future promotion and recruitment purposes. So I'm afraid I'll be holding on to this. That's fine with you though, right?
You don't actually get to see the picture. That was a very sad, but also like strangely like affirming part of the hangout.
When the sun's out, bathe in sunlight. But
the moon's out, bathe in moonlight. We're almost done with Beta's hangout event. Now we're gonna take a short break. I gotta head to the bathroom, but I'll be back. We'll do the other events.
So you've already finished talking to the crew, huh? I thought it would take you a while longer.
It was
So,
a breeze.
what did you
I
think?
got everything down pat.
Well, you sound confident, but don't underestimate the shield of the Crux. Gotta admit, though, I like your attitude, kid. Okay, let's get started. First of all, life on the sea isn't always plain sailing, but what is the single biggest...
Underestimating the danger.
Is that your final answer? As you've just learned, the fleet plots its route using nautical charts. The charts used by the Crux have additional charts attached. The supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors for added reference. What is...
I think I have to fail this part of the quest.
Okay, interesting. On longer voyages, we have to... So, my question is... Okay, those are all... Congratulations, you... wait a second, you didn't pass. Were my questions too difficult? They didn't seem to be all that hard. Did you get them wrong on purpose, or... Ah, just kidding. I know you wouldn't do that. I guess you're just not really suited for life on the sea.
Oof.
In that case, how about we take a trip back to LIYUE Harbor? Looks like you and the sea are not made for each other. Dry land is where you really come into your own. I've actually been hoping for the chance to give you an insider look at how some of the Crux's important business is conducted.
Yeah, I think this is the right course of action, because, it's called... This seems like we're doing a different part of the route now. Let's just look at the hangout event. Yeah, definitely. We're on a different part of the route. We had to fail the test. Oh, we also have a different picture here. Interesting. LIYUE Harbor.
You may be aware that as an armed fleet, the Crux is kind of like the maritime equivalent of a guard for hire.
Yep.
We work as an armed carrier, earning our keep by successfully delivering the goods entrusted to us from A to B. Aside from that, though, there is also one other important way we make income.
Bounties are capturing pirates on the Ministry of Affairs wanted list?
Actually, it's trading. In certain kinds of goods.
Hey, my hotshot accountant. Nice of you to join us.
Cut it out, boss. Juza sent me here with a message. He says preparations are now underway. If you give me the all clear, I'll head straight over.
Okay. Be careful.
What's your bookkeeper doing here?
Well, she has something to take care of. Mora Grubber was right, though. The other important side to our business, the less official side, is doing exactly what merchants do. Importing here, exporting there. The only difference between us and regular merchants is that our transactions aren't entirely above board.
Oop.
You'll see what I mean by that shortly. I'm taking you to see one such transaction for yourself. Come on, Let's go meet our trading partner for the day.
Wow, are we actually running?
Go!
Oh. Oh.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! Catch it while you can!
What do you have?
Hello there! Here at Nay's Professional Fishmongers, we've got everything you could ask for. So what do you need?
I want a bass head with all the teeth removed. If there's a single tooth in there, I don't want it.
Huh? You know bass have pharyngeal teeth, right? In the throat? How do you expect me to get all those out?
Then I'll have a bass trunk with 2 swim bladders. Again, if it's short by 1 swim bladder, it's not the bass I want.
You're not making this easy for me. 1 bass means 1 swim bladder. Afraid that's not up to me.
Okay, then I'll take a bass tail with scales that are yellow on the outside, black on the inside. Also, it's gotta have a total of 81 scales. That's 7 times 7, no more, no less.
That's
what kind
9
of
times
fish
9.
scales are yellow outside and black inside? You sure this is a fish you're talking about? In any case, you can try all you want, but 7 times 7 is never gonna get you 81. Pardon my asking, but you're not a fish expert, are you? I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm afraid I don't have any of the things you're looking for.
Didn't you say you could have everything we could ask for?
Look, I'm a professional. So are most of the people I serve. I can accommodate anything they ask for. Seems you two are amateurs. So I'm sorry, but you'll have to go someplace else.
Anywhere you'd recommend?
Like I said, Nay's Professional Fishmongers is for professionals. For amateurs, the place to go to would be Wise Amateur Fishmongers.
I thought this was some code thing.
I bet you're wondering why that guy was saying he didn't have what we wanted. That was just the first step in the transaction to confirm our identity. The real deal will come later.
Sus. Why do you feel like throwing hands? I hate this, because it's like going like a half speed above what we're used to. But if we go too fast... It is a code thing, so it's like, interesting.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! Come take a look.
Is this Wise Amateur Fishmongers?
That's the one. We have all kinds of amateur stuff here. The more amateur, the more of it we got. What would you like?
We'd like a bass head.
No problem. Ours are all toothless, mind you.
And a bass trunk.
Oh, no problem. I'll stick an extra swim bladder in there for you. On the house.
And a tail.
Sure thing. I'll paint the scales yellow on the outside and black on the inside, so you can tell at a glance, this ain't no ordinary fishtail. If it's 7 times 7 you want, I can do you 81, 138, or even 648. It's up to you.
Great. I like your style. We have a deal.
The Millith be like...
Appreciate your patronage. Please, take your order to our warehouse manager over there. A real amateur if I've ever met one. Proud to have you as a customer. No, we don't have the fish here. All fish sold at Wise Amateur Fishmongers are still swimming in the sea. Once we get the order in from the customer, we go fish it out for them. The warehouse handles that side of things.
This is so
Pay
sus.
first, then we bring you the goods. That way you get the freshest catch.
Are you two here to collect your order, huh, Bade?
Yes, sir. We're here about that bass.
I didn't expect you to come in person, but we still need to follow procedure. The bass you want is not a standard specimen. Our fishermen need to wait for the right moment to catch it. You know the rules, I take it?
Of course.
Oh, well, as you know, timing and location are everything when it comes to fishing. You have to wait till all the conditions are just right. That means the tide, the moon, and the wind. So, let me ask you this. When will the tide come in?
The fishing song will sound out at midnight.
How drunk will the moon be before the party's over?
It won't stop while the Star of Death shines.
I see, yes. Which way will the sea breeze be blowing?
The breeze should be bound for Guyan.
All right, then. Well received. I'll go and make arrangements.
Great. I think that wraps up everything we needed to do in LIYUE Harbor. Let's head back and wait for the delivery. The 3 people we just met are our business partners. Nay's professional fishmongers and Y's amateur fishmongers are just cover names. The bass, obviously, is the code name for the goods. The numbers of teeth, swim bladders, and scales all represent different specifications. Meanwhile, the conversation I had with the warehouse keeper was the instructions for the deal itself. Let me translate it for you. Tonight at midnight, the deal will take place in Guyan Stone Forest. The Alcor will wait there as long as needed. As for what the actual goods are, well, you'll see tonight.
This is so mysterious. Is it as shady as it seems?
What if I were to say yes? What would you do then?
Pretend I didn't see anything.
Thank you. But don't worry, everything will be fine. I deeply value you as a friend, but ultimately, you're not with the Crux. I definitely don't want to cause you any trouble just because you hung out with me. So rest assured, we haven't broken any laws. At least not today.
Lamau! Give me dark mode Genshin Impact. Give me dark mode. Okay. While you're gone, you'll sing another Encanto song. I'm the strong one, I'm not nervous, I'm as tough as the crust of the earth is. I move mountains, I move churches, and I glow 'cause I know what my worth is. I don't ask how hard the work is, got a rough indestructible surface, diamonds and platinum, I find them, I flatten them, I take what I'm handed, I break what's demanded. But under the surface, I feel berserk as a tightrope walker in a 3-ring circus. Under the surface, was Hercules ever lucky? Yo, I don't wanna fight Cerberus. Under the surface, I'm pretty sure I'm worthless if I can't be of service. A flaw or a crack, the straw in the stack that breaks the camel's back, that breaks the camel's back. It's pressure like a drip, drip, drip that'll never stop. Whoa. Pressure that'll tip, tip, tip till you just go pop. Whoa, give it to your sister's older. Give it all the heavy things we can't shoulder. Who am I if I can't run with the ball?
No, my sword.
If I fall to pressure like a grip, 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 and I won't let go. Whoa. Pressure that'll tick, tick, tick. Like a tick, 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 till it's ready to blow. Whoa, give it to your sister's stronger. See if she can hang on a little longer. Who am I if I can't carry it all? If I falter under the surface, I had my nerves. And it worse since I worry something is gonna hurt us under the surface. The ship wants... This trip won't over as I heard how big the iceberg is under the surface. I think about my purpose. How can I somehow preserve this? Light up the dominoes, a light wind blows. You try to start tumbling and on it goes. But wait, if I could shake the crushing weight of expectations, would that free some room up for joy or relaxation or simple pleasure? Instead we measure this growing pressure.
Swift and merciful.
It's growing.
From whence you came.
Growing. 'Cause all we know is pressure like a drip, drip, drip that'll never stop. Whoa. Pressure that'll tip, tip, tip till you just go pop. Whoa. Give it to your sister. It doesn't hurt, and see as you can handle every family burden. Watch as she buckles and bends but never breaks. No mistakes, just pressure like a grip, 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 then it won't let go. Whoa. Pressure like a tick, tick, tick till it's ready to blow. Whoa. Give it to your sister and never wonder if the same pressure would have pulled you under. Who am I if I don't have what it takes? No cracks, no breaks.
Swift and merciful.
No mistakes, no pressure.
No, my sword.
Instant begin.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Check this out.
Let me weave you a verse.
From whence you came. Fire it up.
It's the Jade Chamber. Can we see Celestia from here? I don't think so. Wait till early morning. Mr. Iron Abacus.
Captain Beidou, you gave me quite the surprise when you showed up in person earlier today.
Well, my friend is visiting, so I wanted to show him how the Crux handles some of its important business.
I see. You two must be close.
You got that right. Now, down to business. Have you brought the goods?
Yep, all here. Please, feel free to take stock.
Stop! Nobody move! We have received certain information pertaining to a potential illegal business transaction at this location. Apologies, Captain Beidou, but I'm going to need to inspect those goods.
Oh? An illegal business transaction, you say? Oh, all the goods are here. If you have any suspicions, please inspect them at your leisure.
Captain, everything's been checked. It's just a bunch of potatoes, flour, and so on. And all the paperwork checks out too.
Huh? Everything's been checked thrice over. There's not a single contraband item here. The paperwork was approved by the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the tax declarations are all in order.
Looks like you've managed to clear everything up. I suppose we can put this down as a simple misunderstanding.
Yes, apologies. This was a mistake on our end. Come on, let's go.
Wow.
Bravo, Captain Beidou. This was rather ingenious.
All this mystery over some potatoes and flour?
Seems like your friend still has a little catching up to do.
I know you have a lot of questions. Come on, take a walk with me and I'll lay it all out for you.
Well, I'll leave you both to it. Captain Beidou, I look forward to doing business with you again. Take care.
You probably thought that there was some sort of nefarious business going on behind all the secrecy today. The truth is, that was exactly what I wanted the Ministry of Civil Affairs to believe. What you might not know is that I, as the leader of the Crux fleet, and you, the great hero of LIYUE Harbor, have both been on the Ministry of Civil Affairs watch list for a long time.
Wow.
In other words, whenever you or I crop up in LIYUE Harbor, it almost always draws their attention. Not that there's any animosity behind it, mind you. In their words, it's a security precaution to prevent people like us from causing unnecessary trouble.
Wow, I wonder who she was mimicking.
Oh, I have no qualms about that. They're just doing their job, keeping the land safe. But how does that saying go again? Ah, yes. Sometimes the closer you are to something, the less you can see. Did you figure it out yet? That's right. Mora Grubber, the accountant. With you, me, and a few sacks of potatoes and flour serving as a front, the deal she's overseeing on her end should go off without a hitch. After all, the Ministry of Civil Affairs sent the Millilith to us.
Sussy imposter Baka.
Looking at the time, it should be any second now. Look, that's the signal.
Okay.
Tonight's real deal is officially done. Do you have any more questions?
I have a feeling Ningguang is not so easy to fool.
You're right. Never underestimate her. But as long as we don't take things too far, she won't look into it too closely. She knows that neither you nor I would do anything to harm LIYUE.
Well,
in any case, there's another higher-level watch list at the Ministry of Civil Affairs above the one we're on. It's top secret. Even I don't know whose names are on it. But I do know that the individuals and organizations on that list are the ones the Qixing are really wary of. I've gotten off topic. On some level, Ningguang and I are actually business partners too.
Historians said they were business partners, besties even.
Reason being, I'm the only one who can get her some of the more obscure treasures she wants.
What is the real deal?
It's complicated. All you need to know is that what might be easily attainable for some people can often be a lifesaver for others who can't get their hands on it. That's where we come in. It's as simple as that.
You mean medicine?
You still have some important things to take care of, don't you? As long as you don't know what I was referring to, you'll be safe.
What were you referring to?
So, I'm sorry, but I can't tell you for now. Of course, if the day comes when you've traveled to every corner of the world, found your sibling, and neatly tied up all your loose ends along the way, you're welcome to come back here and I'll tell you all about it.
Why?
You'll always be welcome in the Crux fleet. I hope I get to see you on board again someday.
Sassy. Okay. I think this just connects to here. But I am going to go to this one. Actually, let's just like for real see if it connects.
How about we go for a nice meal sometime?
Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you the tedium of that. After this, one team will learn. They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe. That's right, as one might expect. Also, they're responsible. So, what do you think? You truly are an adventurer at heart. Let's start with the fundamentals for any armed crew member. Basic boat handling. Follow me.
Boat.
These are some older skirmish boats that we keep on the Alcor's backup. Although they've been made redundant by newer models now, they're still fully kitted out. They're perfect for when we need to do simulated battles as part of crew training.
I thought I'd be staring at the Alcor in battle simulation.
Disappointed? So this isn't quite on the scale that you had in mind, huh? To be honest, the Alcor going into battle is the last thing I'd ever want to see. In fact, out of all the confrontations we've ever had, almost all were resolved by negotiation.
Hey,
Only when negotiations fail do we consider deploying our armed fighters and skirmish boats, and they alone are enough to handle most situations. The only reason the Alcor would ever need to open fire would be if it were a fight to the death. The Alcor serves only two purposes: to deter or to destroy. We are an armed fleet with a strong sense of justice, not war-hungry lunatics.
Okay.
We're very careful about determining when to use force and exactly what level of force to use. All of this to say that mastering a small attack craft is quite enough for new crew members. Do you have any experience piloting small armed vessels?
Sure I do. I can even sail and fire at the same time.
You mean you can do the jobs of a helmsman and a gunner simultaneously? Wow, that's quite an achievement. Even in the Crux, there are few who can do that. Seems like you're a natural.
Even Klee is a
natural. In that case, I'll
natural.
skip the basics on how to operate your craft. The goal of this exercise is simple. Steer your skirmish boat along the prescribed route and return here within the time limit. You can start when you're ready. I'll be waiting here so I can observe your skills.
Hello. We are on a boat. I am a boat. Boat.
Nicely done. That was a joy to watch. Perfect timing on the turns, you kept your craft stable on the straightaway. It was like watching a well-rehearsed show.
I've had a lot of training in sailing.
All right. It's high time I introduced you to some of the more serious business that the Crux takes on. Come with me. We're going to LIYUE Harbor.
Hello. And we are back here. Why are you running?
here we are. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would. What do you mean? Is that all? And let me guess. You got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's Gnosis was taken as well? Well, you seem to wreak havoc on. I appreciate it, and I'll take it. Let's not forget that the people whose names stick around are the ones who emerge from the stormy seas unscathed. I, for one, have never encountered a storm I couldn't weather. But your journey's far from over, isn't it? So if you ever find some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, tell them Captain Beidou demands to have the honor along with you. Remember, you'll always have the Captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go.
I suppose we're just two scapegoats looking after each other.
Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher?
I thought you might not be in the mood.
Come on, let's not waste any time. Get it done while you can before I change my mind. So, do I need to strike a pose?
Perhaps you can strike an epic pose.
Alright. How about this?
I should have gone with the flirty one.
Here we are. I bet he never expected. What do you mean? Is that all? And let me guess. Well, I appreciate it. Let's not forget, I, for one, that your journey's far. So if you ever find some. Remember, you'll always. I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a. Okay, it's time to get back to. Come on. So?
What? The nerve! What do you think this is? I don't want to do this whole modeling thing. Hey, cut it out. No more pictures.
I thought we agreed to strike a flirtatious pose. Sorry? You agreed with who again? That is a hilarious picture. Just like, look at it.
I never embark on a journey without a good book to accompany me.
And you finished Beidou's story quest. I mean, hangout event. So now we have Ningguang and Eugene's to do. So, chat, if you could just like, whoever's in chat, Alrighty, we are back, and I guess we're just gonna go ahead and do Eugene since he's a new character, so hope we get a fighter. A song that knows grace.
Body and mind.
Can't you send someone any sooner? The clock is ticking, and I need this resolved ASAP.
I'm sorry, but we don't have any adventurers available at this instant. Ah, your timing is most optimal. Allow me to introduce Yu Ning, manager of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. She has commissioned the guild to...
Traveler? Ugh, Yunjin is always talking about you. Please, you've gotta help us find her. Yep, she's gone and disappeared. Now of all times, just days away from the big performance. All she left was a short note.
To whomever finds this letter, after some discussion about Divine Maiden play with my friends, I find there is still much to learn indeed. I have gone to Ling Tu Pass in hopes of gaining some inspiration. I will return within the day, so do not worry. Yunjin.
If our audience doesn't get to see Yunjin on stage, they'll start tearing the place down. I mean, what am I supposed to do, huh?
She literally said she would come back.
That's what I said too, but...
Look, when you're a megastar like Yunjin, you gotta start taking things a little more seriously. Saying she'll be back doesn't give me a whole lot of reassurance when she's showing no regard for her own safety. Why does she have to go and practice somewhere so dangerous? What if something happens to her? What am I going to tell the audience?
Worst case scenario, she still has a vision.
Well then, what if she gets into a scrape and hurts herself? If she gets so much as a scratch, it'll be a loss to the whole nation.
Okay.
As you can see, this is what we're up against. Would you be willing to accept this commission?
Okay for you and Jane.
Ugh, wonderful. Ugh, thank the stars. Please, you've got to bring her back, safe and sound.
It was on a deserted moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair.
Yo, I don't want to fight Cerberus. Todos sueñitos. That is Yunjin, and that is also a ruin grader, a ruin hunter, and also Dead Hilly Charles.
One with my blade. Spirit Split, don't get too close.
Witness the power of...
Here's backup.
This isn't good.
Damig.
Oh. It's you. I do apologize. I didn't see you there.
Seriously?
What brings you all the way up here? Oddly enough, I was just thinking of scheduling a meeting with you later. I didn't expect to run into you here, of all places.
Your manager sent me.
Ah, I see. So Yunning sent you. I did tell her not to worry. Oh, but on this occasion, it seems I'm rather lucky you came. You've helped me avert a major catastrophe. It's a pity, though. I was so close to achieving the state of mind that Shenhe was talking about.
What state of mind?
Do you remember what Shenhe said about the divine damsel fighting against the evil monster? That in reality, she hadn't acted as courageously as the operatic rendition would have you believe. That it was simply a matter of life and death, and she chose self-preservation. Granted, she later admitted that she preferred the version of events given in the opera, with its portrayal of a divine heroine sacrificing herself for others.
But after giving it a lot of consideration, I think that this character is defined by her emotional complexity and even uncertainty. So the more emotions I can experience for myself, the wider range I will have to draw on in my performance. If access to a different state of mind can help me provide a fresh interpretation of the character and her actions, well, surely it will take my acting skills to the next level. That's why I came here. My plan was to take it slowly, start by just dipping my toe in, as it were. But once I started, I just got completely drawn in. I feel like I was so close to a breakthrough here.
Wanna try again? I'll join in too.
You've defeated an ancient god before. How am I supposed to experience genuine danger if you're here with me? I suppose I had better return to LIYUE Harbor for now. I'll only end up putting you in an awkward position otherwise. Goodness knows how you'd explain this to Yuning.
Very true.
I wonder whether I have gained anything useful from this trip. I suppose only time will tell.
May they rest in pieces. Alright.
Can you put a few more adventurers on the case or something? The clock's still ticking away.
Please have faith in him. Ah, they've returned.
Yuning, we're back.
Yunjin, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy?
No, I'm fine. You don't need to worry. When it's time to go on stage, I'll be there.
Look, I get it. You like to go out exploring. That's fine. But do you really have to go off thrill-seeking this close to the show? You have to take better care of yourself, okay? For all our sakes. For the opera troupe and for your audience. We're just lucky we had the Traveler to help out. What if something had happened to you, huh? What would I say to our audience,
Well, I would say the best way to make it up to our audience is to give them the best performance we can. Don't you agree? While I'm off stage, as long as there is something, anything I can do to improve my acting ability, even the slightest amount, I can't pass up the opportunity.
You know, I don't know what to say anymore. Traveler, please, you tell her.
So, what's your honest opinion? I'm glad you agree. Right, then let's get preparing.
Hey, Traveler, get over here! You've only just managed to bring Yunjin back. Now you're taking her straight back out again? What's the big idea? The next show is just days away. Please, if not for me, then for the sake of the opera troupe, I'm begging you, help me convince her that at the end of the day, she's gotta fall in line. Well, okay, maybe that's asking the impossible, but at least try and keep her distracted. Please, just keep her occupied until the next show. No more thrill-seeking.
What are you two talking about? If it doesn't involve me, I think I'm going to...
You know what? It does involve you, actually. The Traveler was saying, come on, help me stall her.
Oh? Well, what do you need from me? You want to become an actor?
You do? Oh, yes, of course he does. He was just telling me that he's interested in exploring his dramatic side and would like
What is
you
this?
to give him
They
some
messed
coaching.
up. They messed up. I need a screenshot of this. I need a screenshot of this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, after this a little bit, I think I'm gonna head off because I am of the hunger. So, I am going to...
Right, good. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Traveler, your master awaits.
Hold on. I don't know if I'm really ready to take on students.
Please, this is the day you've dreamed of, isn't it? You certainly talk about it enough. And look, now he's here, ready and willing.
Okay, I get it. You can stop now. Whew. I am delighted that you wish to study the performing arts from me. But the issue is, before you could become my apprentice, I'd have to get approval from the founders, then do an initiation ceremony. There just isn't time for all that right now. So, for now, I'll just teach you a few basics. Informally, one friend to another, there's no need to call me master. What? Don't you think that's a bit old-fashioned? Let's work on that later. Until we settle on an appropriate title, just call me by my name. Let's meet tomorrow morning on the bridge by the sea at Feiyun Slope.
Alrighty.
I'll do my best to prepare a good first lesson for you.
Whew, what a relief.
Okay, I hope everyone has a good night. We'll see you next time.